Did you know you can save hours and skip those notoriously long lines simply by paying your property taxes online, right from your couch? Welcome to this comprehensive explainer on mastering your Lackawanna County property taxes online. Today, we're building a complete guide for beginners. We'll break down the exact steps, tools, and knowledge you need so you literally never have to stress about a property tax deadline again.
Seriously, let me ask you something. Wouldn't you rather avoid those brutal tax office lines? Imagine completely clearing your tax obligation in under 5 minutes, totally hassle-free. That is exactly what we're going to achieve today.
Here's our roadmap. We'll go over 1. Preparing for the payment. 2. Accessing the website. 3. A step-by-step walkthrough. 4. Troubleshooting any issues. And 5. The real advantages of paying online.
All right, Section 1. Preparing for the payment and what you need first.
Okay, so let's talk about the historic 2025 reassessment. Property values in Lackawanna County were updated for the first time since 1968. Because this process legally had to be revenue neutral overall, the county millage rate plummeted from 89.98 down to just 5.79 mils. This was a massive shift that redistributed the tax burden to reflect current market equity. Basically, it means your bill amount likely changed recently, but it also introduced a really cool brand new option to pay your county taxes in 4 quarterly installments.
Now, where you live totally dictates what actually shows up in your mailbox. If you're a City of Scranton resident, you get 2 distinct tax bills, one for the county and one for the combined city and school district. But if you live in an outlying municipality like Jessup or Archbald, you'll see 3 separate bills: county, municipal, and school district. It's super crucial to know that your county real estate tax bill has to be paid directly to county-approved channels, not your local municipal tax office. So, before you even open a new tab on your browser, make sure you have these 4 vital pieces of info ready to go. First, your property PIN. And here's a pro tip: you need to know it without the dashes. Second, get the exact spelling of the property owner's name, literally letter for letter as it appears on the physical bill. Third, have your bill details handy so you know if you're paying in full or using that installment option. And finally, grab your payment method, whether that's a credit card, debit card, or your banking details for an e-check. You really want to pay attention to this timeline because the county operates on strict deadlines. If you pay by April 15th for your current year taxes, you score a 2% discount. Awesome, right? Paying between April 16th and June 30th means you just pay standard face value. But if you wait past June 30th, you get hit with a massive 10% penalty. This schedule is exactly why paying online is a lifesaver. You can lock in that discount at 11:55 p.m. on April 15th if you absolutely have to.
Moving right along to Section 2. Accessing the website and finding the hub.
So, where do you actually go? You want to navigate straight to scrantontaxoffice.org. Now, I know it says Scranton, but listen, even if you live way outside the city in a neighboring borough, this website acts as the central digital collection gateway for everyone's current year county taxes. Once you land on their homepage, simply look for the Make a Payment button and give it a click.
Next up, Section 3, a step-by-step walkthrough on executing the payment.
Okay, I literally cannot emphasize this enough. This is what we call the golden rule of the Lackawanna County portal. The search database uses an exact match query framework. What does that mean for you? It means you must search only by the owner's name, and it has to be formatted last name first, like Smith, John. If you try to overachieve and punch in your address or PIN in that first search bar at the same time, the system will completely crash your query and tell you your property doesn't exist. So remember, name only.
Once your property pops up, just follow these 5 simple steps. Verify your property PIN on the screen just to make sure you're actually paying for your own house. Next, the system will ask you to input your PIN to proceed. Type it continuously. Remember, no dashes. If you're taking advantage of that new county rule allowing 4 quarterly payments, just use the drop-down menu to pick your specific installment. Finally, you'll sail right into the secure checkout.
All right, Section 4, troubleshooting issues, specifically handling delinquencies.
Let's tackle what I like to call the boss fight of tax payments. If your property tax bill sits unpaid past December 31st of the current tax year, it officially becomes legally classified as delinquent. At that exact moment, it gets pulled from the local tax office and handed over to the Lackawanna County Tax Claim Bureau. And here's the real kicker. Starting February 1st, that delinquent principal starts racking up a 9% annual interest rate. This right here is where a ton of online payment errors trip people up.
Because that 9% interest is constantly ticking up. Your actual payoff amount changes dynamically. Before you even attempt to pay a delinquent bill online, you absolutely must call the Tax Claim Bureau directly at 570-963-6734. You need to get the exact up-to-the-minute payoff amount from them. If you just guess or use an old piece of mail and try to pay that outdated amount online, the system will flag it as a non-conforming partial payment and flat-out reject it. Save yourself the headache and just make that phone call first.
And finally, Section 5, the advantages of online payment, looking at the real value proposition.
So the county actually just overhauled its underlying technology to better protect taxpayers, upgrading from their legacy VPS vendor system to the much more modern all-paid network. Why should you care? Well, under the old system, you could get hit with a crazy 5% credit card fee for delinquent payments. Now, thanks to the county treasurer's office championing this integration, that credit card fee is slashed down to just 2.15%, with a minimum of $1. And if you pay via e-check, it's just a flat 75 cents, literally pocket change.
So, what's the bottom line here? Paying online gives you massive time savings by avoiding the physical drive down to the Franklin Avenue office. You benefit from those significantly lowered processing fees we just talked about. Your financial data is locked down on a highly secure third-party portal, meaning the county itself never actually stores your credit card info. Plus, you get an instant electronic receipt emailed right to you for perfect, stress-free record keeping. It is simply the superior method.
Now, as a quick heads up, please keep in mind this explainer is strictly for informational purposes. Things like tax laws, fee structures, and website interfaces can and do update over time, so you should always verify your specific tax details with the official Lackawanna County offices just to be safe.
Armed with this complete guide, you now know the golden rule of the search bar, the massive importance of that April 15th discount, and exactly how to navigate tricky delinquencies. So, are you ready to skip the lines and handle your property taxes the smart, modern way, maybe even in your pajamas? It really begs the question, if local government can make paying taxes this seamless and easy from your living room, what other civic duties are ripe for a total digital revolution? Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.